Hey, good evening, everybody. Today is November the 9th, 2018. So I purchased this program that's called the Entrepreneurial Shift. And one of the things that we're supposed to do is to just talk from the heart, no thinking, just whatever it is that that's on our mind that comes out for 30 minutes, just talk. So here I am, just talk. So, for first thing that comes to my mind is that I really enjoy the introduction of the program, even though I purchased that a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't really gone into it too much. And when I decided to go into it again this afternoon, I was like really bowled over. It's like, wow, good move. I really resonated with what Kyle Cease is talking about, is that we have to move into our heart and stop kind of censoring ourselves and analyzing too much, and just whatever it is that comes through us, and just allow it to come through us. So this is the exercise. And I know this is freaking me out because I don't usually do this. My normal mode is I would think of something and then censure myself and say, oh, I can't say that. What is people going to think of me if I say that? Or I would say, oh, if I say that, then they'll think that I'm mean. I'm so negative, blah blah blah. So all these things that's keeping me from saying whatever it is that's on my mind, and I just hate those people who can just do that and just something pop into their head, and the next thing they know, they're talking about it. As I have an issue about doing that, because I thought it's cruel, because you have to, when you think of something, you have to really know what's the impact on someone else when you say things like that. Because I'm a person that gets hurt easily. So I would think that everyone else is like me. So that's why I shouldn't say these things, because if I say these things, I may be hurting somebody that I really had no intention of shaking their world, or triggering them. I have no intention of that, but whatever it is. So this is a new experience for me, and that's why it's kind of freaking me out. And when I heard that this is what I needed to do, I have all sorts of internal dialogue. You say, what kind of crazy program you just purchased? This is just a waste of time and all of that. And I don't think that's going to benefit me in one bit. That's why when I first heard this exercise that we're supposed to do, I just decided not to do it, and shelved the whole program away for a couple of weeks, even though I paid for it in good money, but I didn't make use of it. And now I'm getting to the point where I actually want to do that, because I had a moment where I connected with my heart, and I actually, what my heart is telling me is, when I'm actually doing that, when I'm actually doing my podcasts and talking just from the top of my head, and for whatever it is on the topic of the night, that's when I feel happiest. I really like that interaction, and I'm actually feeling like this. I want to explore this. I want to get more opportunity to be in this mode of whatever wisdom that I have lived, I have learned, to just put it out there. It doesn't matter whether people agree with me or not. They can just take whatever resonate with them, and the rest just let it go. It does not. If it does not resonate, then don't take it. So okay. So now I'm getting my thought is like, okay. So what am I going to talk about next? Because my mind is blanking out. Actually, I want to go back to talk a little bit more about this connecting with your heart, because that the when I did that, when I actually connected with my heart and no thinking and nothing, that's when I find out, that's when I really got present that I like to teach, be in kind of like a teacher mode, not necessarily to, the teacher, or like in kindergarten or in elementary school where, where I'm just spewing forth facts like, in a history textbook that this is like I'm teaching these stuff. But no, I don't want to be that kind of teacher. I want to be the kind of teacher where it is something that I learned and really resonated with me. And that's why I want to share. I guess teacher is really not a best word for it. It's more like sharer rather than a teacher. So this is something that I've learned, things that I've learned or things that I've experienced, things that I have have gotten, that I really learned, but from hard knocks, not just from reading a book. But maybe I read a book about it, but I certainly have given whatever the knowledge it is that I got from the book. I gave it a good test drive. I didn't just read it. I actually lived it and internalized it and really feel that resonated with me, and that's why I want to share it. So I don't have a name for the kind of role that I have. Maybe it's a sharer, maybe it's the teacher, maybe it is just being me out loud. So that's what I'm getting at. Backtrack is, yes, that's what I want to bring out is actually how to, the benefits, the places, the bliss, the state that you actually can be in, and how much clarity that you can get when you really connect with your heart and don't let your mind, your beliefs, or anything that your limitation can hurl at you to deter you, is to just go into your heart and just from there just connect with that and be. And that is kind of when I get to that place of being at one with my heart and just feeling and experiencing and being, rather than interpreting what it is that I sense, what it is that I've read, is to actually just experiencing it without any analytical, without the mind getting in the way, without any kind of beliefs getting in the way. I don't know whether any of my beliefs have gotten in the way or not. Maybe it has, because my analyzing is so automatic that I don't realize it. However, there is a zone in the moment when you actually connect with just your heart, and you do your best not to tune into your mind or anything else. When you just be in that, all of a sudden, I feel this being aliveness. It's like all of a sudden the energy is just so direct. The energy is so, I think alive is really the best description I would have of it, is that there's so much energy that all of a sudden you have access to, because your internal dialogue is no longer, getting in between you and whatever it is that you're channeling through yourself. That all of a sudden you get present to that, and then you kind of get to the point where you just feel there's so much love in your heart that you become, all of a sudden these feelings comes up, and you may want to cry, you may want to laugh, These are all just things that who knows what can come up, but you never would know if you're trying to just analyze and um, push all of that, like allow all of the other interference come in. Whereas when you just connect with your heart and don't allow anything in between, then there is that amazement, there is that all of a sudden you're in a completely different state. It's kind of so overwhelming, you don't know what to do with it except to just be happy, and you try to stay in that moment. And that's what I'm kind of feeling every time when I actually get into that zone. Is there is It's something that I cannot explain in words. I can just um, invite anybody who wants to feel alive and really feel energized to just get to that point. Because when I am there, when I actually connect to that, I just feel so much different from when I normally feel, which is more of a okay, yeah, right, wake me when this life is over. So but whereas when I get into the zone of just be just being, and and getting in touch with that being inside me, with that energy, with that state inside me, it's a very overwhelming, it's a happy, and also I want to cry at the same moment. That's what is available. So that's what I want to bring out, is that wow, I would love to have everyone experience that feeling, and not just analyzing or making your senses conform to what you believe can or may happen. Is when you actually connect to who you're being, how overwhelming and how wonderful it feels. Let's see, I'm supposed to do this for 30 minutes, and I still have 15 more minutes to go. Okay, wonderful. So I don't know what else to go to. I feel stupid. Yeah, I definitely do feel stupid. And I thought, why did I choose to do this in the video form rather than just write it out? Because when you write it out, it's not as like you can. It's it's just easier when I just write it out, because when I write it out, I can always cross it over, cross things that does not make sense, and edit myself. Whereas if I do this in a video format, then it's okay. I guess I'm not comfortable yet about being vulnerable, and that's another thing that yeah, that's another thing that when you get connected with your heart. I'm not there right now, so let me just get back to that. Is when you really just connect to your being, you're just being. You don't feel that anything is wrong with it, that there's any vulnerability in it. You're just putting yourself all out there, and you don't really care, or at least right now I don't really care what people may say or not say about it. And I don't even know whether I'm going to post it or not. I may, just to make sure that I push myself further out to the edge, is to just post this and see what happens, see what people would think. But the idea is to just get comfortable being uncomfortable. And also I want to kind of train myself to just flow, rather than think about everything that I'm going to say a day ahead, or maybe 10 days ahead, who knows, is to just get in the habit of letting it flow, because that there's gold in this. And I don't know how it's going to come through. I don't know when the good stuff is going to come through. I just know that when I get comfortable, when I really get comfortable with allowing the information to just come through me, rather than trying to be calculating and see what it is that I need to talk about in order to let people to make people think that, you know, I'm more than something that I like, more than, well, okay. Okay, so that people will, you know, like me, or think that I'm smarter or better than I am, is to just allow that part of me to just come through and channel through, and not try to think too much about it. Because in, like, I have these beliefs that I have to say these certain things in order for people to accept me. I have just to you know, make people approve of me in order for people to, you know, just validate me. And this is really just to get to the point where I don't need outside to validate me. That the most important thing is I validate myself, is I am really okay with whatever it is that comes through me, and to just get to the point where I can just be with who I am and not have to look for anything outside of me, because that is who we are. We are creators. A creator will not even stop to think about, hey, if I create this, is you know, so and so going to approve of me? Because when you're the creator, when you're the source creator, you don't, there's no one else out there, really. I'm it. I am all there is. And if I'm looking at outside, then for validation, then by the same token, by you know, you just cannot be that. You're not coming from the creator when you are looking for approval from outside, because then, like, implicitly you don't believe that you are the creator, because you need outside, and there is no outside when you step into the space of being the creator. And that is the kind of energy that I really want to align more with, because that's who I truly am. And I actually want to start to walk my talk, not just say that I'm the creator, I'm the, you know, I'm a piece of the creative source, blah blah blah. That's just words. However, when I actually do this, when I actually get to the point where I'm in the zone and I'm just talking from within, from whatever it is that is it's in me, and letting it throw from me to outside, that's when I'm actually stepping into the shoes of being a creator. And I really want to do more of this, so that I don't just limit my creative abilities to just within 30 minutes, this 30 minutes that I'm doing as an exercise to someone else's program, is that I can actually get to the point where I can be comfortable with this, with not knowing, with being vulnerable, with stepping in the creator's role, and not needing anything to create from, and just know that whatever it is that is coming through me, the vibration, the channeling, the message that needs to come through. And the more we can actually stay in this moment of just going from within, from just being who we are, and just being in this moment, and just trust that this moment will, the more you can stay in this moment, the more you can just be okay with not knowing what's going to happen next, and just go from here, and just follow this wonderful feeling that I'm feeling now, of excitement, of just being, tearing up because I just feel alive and excited. And I really don't believe that I can be in this moment for such a long time and just be okay and just like saying nothing, but just tapping and allow myself this process of tapping into what being in this moment is really feels like, of just being who I am feels like, and just being happy, because I'm not getting anything out of this. I'm not expecting to get anything out of this, except that I did get a lot out of it, because I really got how much joy there is when I'm just tapped into this, and that I really love being in this space of just creating from within and being okay with whatever shows up or not show up, and just being on screen, just feeling happy and not having to deliver a message or not having to have anything to say, and just be able to show people, well, okay, who am I showing? Nobody. There's just me. There's no one else outside. I don't care whether I'm showing anyone or not. I just know that in this moment I'm connecting with myself. I'm feeling the joy. I'm tapping into it, and this is so beautiful. It's beyond description, and I can just be with this, and this is already very amazing, that to just be with this moment and not have to, and just allow this process to help me and let me bypass all the mental calculation, the limitation, whatever belief system that I have or adopted, um, to just be in this and just feel the joy and get nourished, get fed, and get all of the benefits from just being. And I think that's all I have for now, and that's great.